Hi guys, Steve Blackard here again out at the range with another antique firearms video. Today I have a rather unique model 1902 Remington Rolling Block carbine. This is a military carbine that was exported to Uruguay. Now, this is the 1902s are the very last of the development of the large frame rolling block rifles. They have the best steels, smokeless action, better extractor. They're just really the final development of the large frame, what we call number one, or these are called number fives. They're under various names, but these are the smokeless actions, and they're about the strongest ones that Remington ever made. They're very nice handling carbine. Has all the refinements that they developed over a lot of years. Now, one thing you notice on this, I've got some plastic wrap on around the butt, and I want to explain this. This carbine has a rather interesting history. Um, and there's a handwritten note that's been pasted to the stock, and I know you can't read that, but this was pasted onto the stock probably, I'm going to guess, sometime in the 1930s, 1940s, maybe in that time period. And it recounts the unique history of this particular carbine. It's written in Spanish, and I believe it was probably written by a Uruguayan officer after it was repatriated. Now, I have a translation of that. I just want to read it to you. I'll put some glasses on here, sorry. So it says, one of 53 carbines stolen by Uruguayan rebels sympathetic to Paraguay in 1934 during the Chaco Boreal War, returned to Antiguas in May 1936. So this is one of 56 carbines that was stolen by these rebels and then eventually returned. So at some point, this officer realized the significance of this. Maybe he kept it in his personal collection, but he put this tag on it. So I put the plastic wrap around the butt to protect this tag. It's pasted on, it's written in pencil, and I don't want to wear it. I don't shoot this carbine a lot, so I want to protect it, and it's pretty well worn too. It's had a lot of hard use. The bore's not real great in it, so it's not overly accurate. But it has such a neat historical significance that I just think it's really neat, and I like to shoot all my old guns a little bit, so I brought this one out here. Now let me talk a little bit, just briefly, about the 7mm cartridge that this is chambered for. The 7mm, it just marks 7mm. And in these early days, this cartridge is a little bit different than what the modern SAMI spec 7x57 or 7mm Mauser cartridges we know today. The chamber shoulder is a little deeper, and if you try to shoot just modern SAMI spec ammunition, that case is going to stretch. You're going to have head space problem, and the case head could separate. So it's important, if you're going to shoot these rifles, that you fire form the case to the chamber. So don't let any slick talking salesman at a gun show tell you that you can just use any 7x57 ammunition, because it's just not true. Now, some of the European spec ammunition may work a little bit better, but I found even with that, I still had to fire form the cases. And I think there's several ways to do that. The easiest way that I found to do it is to take that case, run a 30-06 expander die through the neck and back out. That will make the neck too large to chamber. And then I start running that case back into a 7mm 7x57 sizing die, start sizing the neck down, and I'll size it down about 90% of the way down the neck, and the case will chamber, will almost get to the point where you can close the breech block. And then you very slowly and very carefully, in small increments, size it a little deeper on the neck until the breech block will just barely close on the case. And once it does that, where the block will just barely close, the back of the case will be flush with the breech. And what it's doing is it's head spacing on that 2 diameter neck rather than on the shoulder. And then you fire the case, you fire form it, and the case will expand to fill the chamber. And then from that point on, you only neck size, and the cases will be just fine. But they won't work in another modern 7x57 rifle. So keep those cases separate for this. There's a lot of details, more detailed information you can find on the internet on the step-by-step process of doing it. But that's what I've found works best for me. So I've got about 40 cases that I fire formed and have set for this rifle. So I'm out here at the range today. Like like I say, this bore is pretty well worn, so it's not a really accurate carbine anymore. I'm at the 100-yard gong line, so we'll take a few shots with it and see how it does. All right. One. Now, one thing I have noticed with this rifle, and I think it's common for all of these, is that it's very easy for the case to slip past the extractor. Because this is a rimless round, you know, there's not a big rim sticking out, so it's easy for it to slip past the extractor, which could be a real problem in combat. Now, I'll tell you, this is the rounds I'm shooting here were actually originally European Celler and Beloit ammunition, and I pulled the bullet, and then I've resized the case properly, and then I've actually reloaded the same powder, but I've reduced the charge by about 10 to 12%, just so it's a little bit lighter, because it's a pretty stout charge originally. I think this would actually might shoot really well with cast bullet load. I've got some cast bullets coming. I'm going to try with it. But we'll see. That bore is pretty worn on it, so it may not really shoot any that much better. But that's okay. I mean, this is a special carbine to me because of the unique history of it, and not one I'm going to be shooting a lot. But I really like this rifle though too. I might actually start looking for a 1902 rifle with a good bore just for a little bit more fun shooting. All right. So that's 5 shots with the Uruguayan Rebel carbine. A really nice piece. I think these are they're really quite fun to shoot. You know, carbines are kind of scarce. Rifles you can find more easily. Carbines are a bit scarce. And I was really fortunate to get this one and have it in my care for a while. So anyway, I'm having a good time with it. I'm glad I'm out, got a chance to get out here, enjoy it a little bit. So hey, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to my channel, and I'll have some more videos coming out soon. Thanks, take care.